about her newest prototype design.
It's true.
So
that's why we're here, guys.
Why we're here.
Yes.
So far.
Is it going? There we go.
Yeah, that's going.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. So.
Talk to them. New design.
New design.
New design.
All right, guys. So, you saw me working on this bag right here, YouTube. The black and green ones are the really big bag. So I want to make a smaller version of it. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's not 100% done right now, but it's like 99% done. So it's enough that we can talk about it. So here she is.
It's been a lot. There's a lot happening design-wise. There's like 3 that aren't even out available at all.
I know. There's a lot.
And you have another one rolling around your head that we talked about,
yep.
which is a 2-part.
Yeah.
So
there's just a lot going on. Okay, so this is the mini version of this bag. Let me grab the bigger one so we can see.
How's everybody doing? Okay. Feel free to ask questions and chat and stuff.
And I definitely want to know what you guys think of the bag. Okay, so here's the big guy. It's hard. Sorry, YouTube can't see anything. There's a poodle in my way. So here's the big one, and then here is the smaller one, so you can see the size difference here. Also, this one's fully milled, and this one is bridal, but, so this is really meant to be more like a handbag, and this one is more of a shoulder bag. Yeah, so the one edge isn't...
I really like the size.
Yeah, I'm excited about the size as well. The one edge isn't finished yet. As you can see, I still have to finish painting that and just stitching up, so there's some threads hanging down. But, yeah. So it's got the same sort of sewn handles there. They're just shorter. And then I've added D-rings to the back so that you can wear it as a crossbody if you want to. And then it's got the same turn lock closure when you open it up. Same deal. You've got the pocket with a cell phone and then 2 pens or pencils and the little like D-ring thing to cinch it in the sides. You should also be able to pop the sides out like a wing if you wanted to. I can't really do that right now just because I'm not fully done with the other side yet. And I just finished painting that other side, the first side, so I need some time to really set. But yeah, here she is.
We still haven't named these.
No, we haven't.
We're real bad at that right now.
We are.
So if you have any thoughts, let us know.
But
for the name.
Yeah, I love the size. I think it's a nice like medium small size.
Yeah.
And obviously I think it looks great in burgundy.
I feel like burgundy is your new prototype color.
It is. It's an easy color for us to change in Photoshop too. Sorry.
Wow. Hard eyeballs. Show us on your shoulder.
Okay. So this...
With long strap. So,
got it. So crossbody.
Crossbody.
It's hard because I'm so short.
Poodle.
Yeah, so this is the only thing you have to like I have to kind of figure out is what you do with these handles when you're wearing it crossbody. To be honest with you, I really feel like I would just kind of use it as a handbag, but...
We have a contender for the name.
Oh, what is it?
The Daniel bag.
I'm guessing Daniel put that in.
He did.
Hi, Penny. You sit.
But that's just my opinion.
Sit. Good girl. So, yeah, they're kind of flopping around. So that's my only, like, issue right now as far as, like, wearing it as a crossbody. I mean, they will break in over time, and I imagine you can you'll be able to just kind of lay them down like that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because right now they're more stiff because we work with bridal and it's not broken in yet. But, love the placement of the straps. Thank you. It is like really comfortable to wear as a crossbody with the D-rings being on the back side because it... Pull my clothing off.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it really just creates this nice angle where like the bag isn't.
You want to apply or something?
She's gonna need another pea stick, I think, or something, or maybe a twig's here. But the bag isn't like contending with your body basically, as it can with other types of design. Oops. The option. Oh, interesting. What's the cost? We don't have a cost on it yet. I don't think you haven't cost this bag out yet, have you? Or maybe you did.
No, I don't think I measured the pattern yet.
Yeah, okay. We just were working on. I think you were working on the bigger one before.
Yeah, it probably sounds backwards, but cost is like the last thing we think about.
It is just because like
we don't want it to like skew the design.
Yeah, and so basically I'll pattern everything out, make the bag, make sure it works, and once we're like solid, I'm like, okay, this is the design. I hand the pattern off to Nick. He takes into account how long it takes to make, the square footage of the leather, and all the hardware, and then he's able to price it out from there.
Yep.
So we don't have a price on it yet, but I'm so sorry, YouTube. I need like a footstool over here to step on.
Where's your pig there?
But I just really, it's like just a really cute bag. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys like it. And the inside I really love too. Just the interior I think is really nice. And we'd probably offer this in the mills and everything as well. Oops, I didn't even cinch it. Being able to have crossbody and purse. Name it the option. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's actually kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, we were back and forth, or I was back and forth more than Leanne about putting the D-rings on there because I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I didn't want it to feel like chunky, but it definitely doesn't.
Yeah,
it chose the right size D-rings.
Right, I was gonna say we chose like some really tiny D-rings. The same size that's in the interior of the bag as well. And again, I have not finished this side, so please ignore that. And I have the threads hanging off, but
the size difference.
Yeah, this one I think can fit inside of the other one.
Really?
Oh, let's try it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it right now.
Why? It'd be funny.
I was gonna make a fun video later.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll take
Can
it.
one fit in the other? I had this idea, like Russian nesting dolls of bags, like ooh.
Make a really tiny one. Here, take that. Honey, don't get involved in this.
She's very interested.
Yes, she is.
And the poodles.
Let's see. It might not, because maybe it's too wide. Although I guess.
So cool looks like a fair bit of hand stitching on the new bag. I don't.
There's not a.
There's a little bit.
There's a little bit.
Not as much as the Maves, believe it or not.
You could do it this way.
Yeah, I could do it that way.
I think.
What kind of leather was used to make it? So the solid one, one's bridle and one's milled. The small one is just regular bridle.
No, you can't do it.
No.
No. Doesn't work. It's just a little.
They don't fit inside each other, so you can't.
I mean, they do, but you can't close it.
We could make some movie magic with it, though.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely could do that.
So you can't carry a bag inside of a bag if that's what you were looking.
That's what you were interested in.
I mean, I'm sorry, just can't do it.
Okay, there we go. But now you can see the size difference, sort of. YouTube can see it better because they're horizontal. But so this is really meant to be shoulder bag, and this again more of like a handbag / crossbody bag. The other thing we've been playing with. Do we want to talk about this?
Yeah, I thought we would bring it up just to.
Yeah.
There's like zero. This is just pure experiment.
Mm-hmm.
So I took some milled that we have.
After I asked you to.
After Leanne asked me to, because I was playing with it in a different capacity.
Yeah.
And sandwiched them together and wet molded them into this.
Yeah. So I'm playing with ideas of how we might use wet molding in the future. Wet molding is really cool. You can make some really great shapes depending on your mold.
Okay. So the thought being the eventual, if this becomes a bag or an idea, the eventual idea would be to create our own wet mold shape and bag.
Yeah, like if you could imagine itty bitty crossbody bag with what this is. So Nick is making another one for me so I can just kind of experiment more with it. I haven't like sanded, beveled, burnished the edges or anything yet, and I kind of want to see what I could potentially do with it. But I think it's exciting because typically when you do a wet mold, you're using like a skirting type leather. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And
Science.
We just don't usually work with that type of leather. We have some around, so Nick grabbed that and was messing around with that to see how that would go. And I was like, I really wonder if you put milled in there, because the milled leather is pebbled and really soft and broken in. I really wondered if you put that in the wet mold, like what that would do. And it still, especially when you double it up, really holds its shape so well.
I mean, that's about 8 ounces.
Yeah, which is really great.
The experiment piece was a piece of Italian leather I had left over. And this dries very nicely. And I was thinking, like, obviously it's not a full bowl shape, but there's a lot of different things we could do.
Yeah. So I'm excited about playing with wet molding and seeing what we may be able to do in the future with that. So
The future.
You guys know I love
2027.
structure. Yeah.
6.
Or this year. I'm just kidding. You guys use
keep making stuff. There's not gonna be enough time to get it out into the world.
I know. It's a problem. You guys use clicker press? If so, which one do you have and what do you think of it? So yes, we do use a clicker press. I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, we have the Weaver, the big
one
clicker. I always forget what ton it is, but it's the big one. It's like floor stand, and we love it. Works really good for us.
Yeah. It's not pneumatic or anything like that.
No,
it's just
all manual.
Yeah, pull down lever.
We considered like the regular clicker, but getting it down a flight of stairs into our basement was almost impossible.
Yeah.
I would measure like the working space and make sure that works for your pattern pieces.
Yeah, so. And we do we have some pattern pieces that are quite big, and so we'll just click twice to get it out.
Like long gussets, you just go.
Yeah. Do you guys use tool leather? So.
Do you guys tool leather?
Oh, do we tool leather? No, we don't.
That's quite. To be really honest, it's not something we have a passion for.
No.
And we know a lot of people that do tooling leather.
Yeah, we're friends with a lot of people that do that.
They do great work. Really detailed, intricate, beautiful work, and some of the people paint on top of their tooling leather. But it's just not something that we're interested in.
Yeah, I'm more interested in like design and structure than tooling. But yeah, and I've actually never tooled anything myself, I don't think. It's just not something I was interested in.
Which is funny because we have like an illustration background.
Yeah, so you
would think putting an image onto it would be
right.
We have thought I like the idea of like plating a finished piece of art onto
a bag.
Yeah. Or like a pattern. But that's not something we've done.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Do you have a brick and mortar locations? We don't.
We don't. It's something that, we hope to do one day.
Hey, from Milan. Hey, you're at, I'm not going to say it right, Linea Pella?
I don't know. I literally will butcher it. You're at the leather show there?
Hope you're having a good time.
Yeah. Jealous.
We're jealous, yeah. We're always like, it's really funny. The one in New York is in early January, and there's a couple of things that happen every early January.
I thought it was in July.
Well, I think there's 2, but
in New York.
I always want to do the winter one for some reason. But we always miss it just because it's like the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like we're so busy here, we're just like forget to like sign up to do it.
Yeah.
And then I see it and I'm like, oh, it's happening now.
Yeah. We need to go at least once.
Well, if you would ever want tooled flaps, let me know. Okay.
Good to know. But yeah, I feel like, is there anything else? I haven't worked anymore on the bucket bag. I have decided that I am going to go ahead and make another version where it has a zipper top so we can see, excuse me, which one we like better. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of where we're at with things. And then, where are we with red right now?
We're on milled crossbody, moving into Boda Sally.
Milled Maeve crossbody?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Which is, she doesn't have a strap on right now.
You just took the strap off.
I stole the strap to put on this bag for a second. But it's this bag, but in red. So you can, we've never done the Maeve crossbody in milled before as a bag. And so now you can buy it in the red milled, and I was pointing at bags behind us. And and then eventually we are going to release it in the other colors.
Yeah.
Milled, right? Mm-hmm.
So that's another release that we have to plan out.
Right. We've got a lot.
This does come with a crossbody strap.
Yes,
like
I stole it.
She stole
Here,
it.
give me the crossbody. No, I'll put it on.
It's funny. There's so many things happening. I forget what's been
happening
done yet. Good thing we have a calendar. Let's see. Oops. Hello. Do you ever make your own wet molds? Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. Kind of like routing our own shape. And
we have a lot of woodworker friends that we would have do that because while we can do some woodworking, that is beyond my skills.
I would trust them to do a much better job.
Yes.
And the cool thing about that is like you get like different, like that could be mini, large. There's so many different things you can do with that.
Yeah. So this is the milled Maeve crossbody. Again, it's only available in red right now because we're going through all our red designs. But then the milled option of the Maeve crossbody will come back in all the colors eventually. But right now, you can only get her in red.
We have to make some choices on when that one will launch, when the Mini Shelby redesign launches, and then when these two, or three, I guess, bridal, milled, and then the small one launch. So, got a lot of choices to make soon. I'm in Bucks County. Also, do you ever host or attend maker meetups? So, we don't, but I love that idea.
Yes. We've talked about, and we have like plans on our horizon, kind of, to eventually hopefully do lessons. There's a couple, like one, we'd love to get a space outside, so this space that we're in right now is in our home. And we'd love to get a space outside of our home where we can continue doing what we're doing, also hire people to help us, and we'd love to be able to do like what you're describing, basically, and do lessons and that sort of thing.
Well, I think they're talking more like just like a chat.
Yeah, like, which would also, I'd totally be into doing that as well.
Not everything is a leather lesson.
Yeah, but there's also in our little town there is a space that there is being worked on right now that's going to be like an arts space, and so I'm also thinking as like a stepping stone.
Yeah, our town bought a church to try to make into a community arts center.
Right. So I'm thinking like as a stepping stone. Yeah, we could try doing something there to see how it goes and then go from there. But yeah, so it's things that we want to do. It's not things we're able to do currently, but yeah.
What is your best seller? I would say across the board, it's probably Mini Bowery.
Yeah. Which is
like, it's seasonal. Like things go like this. So, but I would say that's probably.
Yeah, this is our Mini Bowery in red. It comes with a crossbody strap.
Dog ? She figured out how to lay on the floor over here, so we're not gonna bug her.
Yeah,
she's what, 6 months old?
Yeah.
And rambunctious.
And likes to nip.
You should make a molded red heart bag.
That would be cool.
So it's funny you say that. So like Leanne, when she was designing this larger one, threw it into Photoshop and started like going crazy. Like I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. So I think the more simple you can make it, the better.
Yeah, I agree.
Usually.
Yeah.
And when you give yourself almost too many options, it's when you kind of get frozen and paralyzed because there's just so much you could do.
You could do, yeah.
So it's funny. We've been discussing. We're trying to figure out how to best verbalize or our mission and purpose.
Right.
And how to really put that into words so that it can help us just focus our our plans for the future and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really just honing it in. It's not easy to do, like to put into words.
It's not.
Not at all.
Like I
understand why there's professionals that do this.
Yeah.
Did you make a final decision regarding the strap length on the bucket bag?
No. I want to make the other version where I'm going to change the closure to a zipper and then just to see how that goes, and then I'm going to start making more decisions about the strap length. It's hard because I'm obviously shorter. I tend to
It's probably going to stay where it is what I think.
I think it's going to get just a little shorter. I think it's too long because for me to wear it as a crossbody, I'm almost covering up the weaving on the side, and that makes me sad.
Okay.
So I think it just needs to get a little bit shorter, not a lot.
Let's just measure the shortest and longest strap and then see how it compares to our regular crossbody.
Okay.
We can start there.
That's fair. But yeah, still working that out.
Yeah. Do you ever get fearful of having too many design choices?
To choose.
Design choices.
Too
many designs. Leanne's never afraid of that. She's never been afraid of that. She will never be afraid of that.
Oh.
I mean, she thinks this way too, but I think when you add too much over time, your cohesion goes away. You have to make sure that you're continually editing back.
Yeah. If we kept every design we ever did in our collection, it would be crazy looking. I'd say you could probably it would still all make relative sense, but it would be silly.
There's something kind of messy about seeing the progress of your design altogether. If you looked at your entire collection of work you ever did, it's cool as an idea, but if you saw your very first bag and your last bag and everything in between, it wouldn't feel like something people would want to be a part of.
Well, they'd be confused onto the quality, I would imagine.
Yes, well, there's that too. Because we made a lot of different quality choices.
Yeah, if you're actually looking at the very first bag. But design-wise, this is one of our very first designs, and it's still in the collection. This is our Greta bag, and it still makes sense with everything. So there are things that will probably always be a part of it, but we do edit, put things in, take things out, that sort of thing. And a lot of times...
Well, in my opinion, these bags are going to push us in maybe a different direction. Or it opens up the door to allow for a little bit more complexity in the future designs.
Right. Yeah.
Which can be really cool.
Yeah.
If you need inspiration for one, I made one, a cowhide heart bag. Not molded though. Very cool. Yeah, we've seen some hearts.
Yeah.
Especially Valentine's Day and Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Have you ever designed or considered designing a backpack?
We did have a backpack, again, back in the day, more towards the beginning. The reasons that we dropped the bag, so when I first made the backpack, I really liked it. It was meant to be a small backpack that you wear, but everyone kept asking if we can make it bigger so that it would fit a laptop. The thing is when you make a really big bag, especially out of bridal, it can get really heavy really quickly. And so I ended up making it bigger to fit a laptop, and it just wasn't...
It didn't feel right.
Yeah, it didn't. So if I were ever to make a backpack again, I would just make it almost probably even smaller than the original one.
Yeah.
Just so that it's very clear this is not meant to house a laptop. It's meant to just be a purse backpack.
I think the hard part is especially the laptop question always pops up.
Yeah.
And I think that there are just a lot of good options that are technical options to keep it padded, to keep it safe, and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
and like a briefcase is like what you usually would carry that in.
Yeah, like a briefcase or like a technical backpack or even a tote where like your like a big canvas tote where like your laptop is in some sort of padded sleeve or something. It's just when you make a bigger leather bag, like I said, especially then you're gonna put something heavy like a laptop in it. It can just get really overwhelming and heavy. So,
what is your clientele category? Like mine is cowgirl, western. The best way, I would just say like creative professional is like the best way to describe our customer.
I agree with that.
The bag you're wearing is great. What style is it?
This is the crossbody, the Maeve crossbody. So you can get this in all of our colors in bridal, and then the one I have on right now is milled. Right now you can only get the milled in red because we're going through our red designs. But then it will eventually be available in this milled pebbly textured leather later on. But we do have it in like all of the regular colors.
Thank you. I'm starting the craft bags. You are an inspiration.
So like this is...
She says thank you.
Sure. So this is just bridal, black bridal. So you can get all of our regular colors in bridal.
There you go.
Ma'am.
I want to show, we just got chestnut and milled in too. I'm going to show you that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have to decide if we're going to add that to when chestnut comes in to the milled collection.
Yeah, so chestnut, we finally put a strap on this Greta.
Yes.
So this is our Greta bag in chestnut. This is our new color that is coming down the line. But there it is in milled. It's really consistent and pretty.
Hey, get out of here. Yeah, it is really consistent. And this is replacing our English tan color, which is no longer an option.
Right. Okay, I have to know how you pick names for your bags. I know some number their bags with with names. And are you inspired for making? Whoops, it's moving on me. And are you and you are an inspiration for making high-end bags. I bet you'd do great in New York. Thank you. We have lots of people that buy our bags who live in New York. So naming wise, we've named after places a little bit, but mostly we've done like women's names. And really where that came from was I was pregnant and we had a humongous list of boys and girls names, but our girls list was very, very long and our boys list was very, very short. We ended up having a boy. So we had all these girls' names that we both loved and agreed on, and so it made it easy to pull from there to name our bags. Since then, we've kind of stuck with that for the most part, is just using women's names from and places.
I don't think Maeve was on that list, was it?
No, but I would have added it. Yeah.
They're names we like, and the names are also kind of sound like the bag they are.
Yeah.
Which sounds weird to say, but like one of our discontinued bags is called Stella, and it's round and like circular. So like it was an alliteration kind of on the shape.
Yeah. We just kind of go through women's names and be like, does that suit that bag? No, yes.
Does this look like a Maeve?
Right.
Does this look like a Greta?
Right. And it's funny because Maeve, I had tried to name another bag Maeve before, and Nick was like, no. Absolutely. But now we've gone ahead and started like a series of them, basically.
Yeah. Well, that was unintentional.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we name. Good question.
Do you have a specific formula you use for pricing out your bags? Yeah, I have a spreadsheet I use where I have all my costs.
You can plug in all of the
labor times, leathers by square foot, all that stuff. And I actually I do it that way, and then I do it.
Yeah, you do like two or three different ways, right?
To make sure I didn't mess up, because a long time ago, actually the older ones, I had missed calculated the actual amount of leather we used.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I do it a couple ways just to make sure I don't mess that up. So like one of them was drastically off, and obviously that's a problem.
Yeah.
And then also like the speed at which we can get stuff done.
We kind of like
changes.
Yeah, we like
and
especially
then you look at market value and stuff like that.
Right, especially when I'm doing a new bag that I haven't done before, it will take me a lot longer just to get used to it, and then also kind of like work out the kinks of like the order in which you do things that will make it as fast as possible. Or easier, or whatever it might be.
Every bag is different, and how many you can batch at a time is important. Like the big knaves, they're gonna be a long, difficult bag to make every time. Just how that works.
Yeah, we've actually been talking about how we can make that bag a little bit easier, and we've come up with some ideas. So there might be some design changes coming to that bag. They'll be really slight, but yeah, I made 2 of them last week, and it took almost the whole week to make 2 bags.
It took a long time.
And do we even have a big one here? We don't.
We just have that one.
Oh, right. I never even finished sewing this one.
No, that's a prototype one. Oh, you didn't finish the...
No, look at the gusset. It's just not even sewn.
Good question. I know that's hard for makers and crafters to figure out. I think at the bare minimum, like, you can do, I think, like 3 to 4.5, 5 times cost, I think is like a quick and dirty way to like check to see if you're in the right ballpark.
Yeah, this is our Maeve bag, excluding the closure. It's in milled. This was a prototype, so this line isn't like something that's there anymore, but it is a very complicated bag, with like the accordion and the way that the gussets are done, and the zipper pocket, and it's the top handle, all of it. It just takes a long time to do. It's definitely our most complicated, longest bag to make.
How many bags can you make in a month? It depends on the design. I think it's pretty on the slowest end. I feel like 30 would be
in a month.
And then like if we did all of our fastest bags, it'd probably be double that, just roughly like 60.
I mean, the slowest would be if I had, let's just say I was only making Maeves.
No, you lose your mind. That's true. Not counting that one, though.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Calm down.
Where are the logos? Where is the logo on the Maeve crossbody?
It's on the inside, and on the milled we decided just to stamp it. So you can see it. Oops, sorry, you can see it right there.
Let me get it right there.
Most of the Maeves are gold foiled, but they're all located in this general area underneath the lid. So like even on this new one that we're working on, it's underneath there, I think, as far as I remember. Yeah, there it is. So all the Maeves have them in this general location, but the milled crossbody is stamped rather than gold foiled. If you ever though are getting a bag from us and you'd prefer stamping over gold foil, like just embossing or whatever, we can always do that. Just let us know.
What do you mean by a couple ways? So you can do it strictly by like square feet of leather used, and then also take into account yield.
That's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one. And then also you can do by like average amount of bags per hide is also a good way to consider your leather usage.
Yeah, because you're not, I mean, if you have a collection, you're not going to be making just one design all the time. So it's going to kind of change depending on what bag design you're making, how big the bag is. So, yeah.
And then you can also do it with your averages to get an average costs per bag.
Right.
It really depends on like the volume of bags you're putting out to figure out the best way to do it.
Yeah, but it's good to do it in multiple different ways. You don't accidentally make a big mistake and like highly devalue your bag.
It's really me checking my own work.
Yeah.
And then whatever. Do you do any hand saddle stitching or custom? So on the Maeve you just saw, the gusset is stitched, hand stitched around the outside.
Yeah, like this. This is our mini Maeve.
And then there's some small hand stitched details on most bags.
Most bags have some sort of small hand stitched detail. So this gusset, the way this bag is constructed, I have no choice.
So we had a really small high bed or high.
But you'd only be able to do one side. You couldn't do the other side. Maybe if that one machine where like the arm moves. Swings. Yeah, that maybe I could do that. Probably. But anyways, so this bag, the gussets are all hand stitched. I hand stitch around how the handle goes into the lid.
That's fine. Never mind.
What?
You were just a little low.
Oh, they couldn't see it. Sorry. Yeah, so this is hand stitched. This is hand stitched. She's a little dusty right now.
Do you only use one brand of leather, or is it like Italian or something special? Well, it is something special. This leather we use is out of Pennsylvania.
Which is the state we live in.
And it's one of the last vegetable tanneries in the United States. Yes. So yes. And I mean, I do love, like, Italian leather to me, they do such a great job too. So
yes,
like,
they do.
Everything's a little bit different. I think, and there's like so many options. So one of the decisions we made a long time ago was to just stick with what we have because we loved it so much. You can get into a place where you're like doing Italian leather, doing like crocodile, getting in exotics, and like going a little bit too crazy, and you can get into trouble because you're not really matching, your product's not matching your business. But there's just so many good options out there now. I use a spreadsheet too. I've found mistakes on the prices of my bags every once in a while. Yep.
It happens. That's why you gotta, like we said,
it's also an easy way to go, you know what? If you break it down by like your margin percent, you can figure out the differences if you want to change your pricing also. She likes just give me love. Out of the boodle, probably.
Yeah. She's like, stop talking to your phones and love me.
That's pretty much what's happening. She got a haircut.
Yes, it was an ordeal, but she looks beautiful. The retro style bag is beautiful. Thank you. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but probably the mini Maeve.
She's getting big now.
Yeah, she weighs a lot. Oh, we're really far back.
I know,
there.
we gotta catch back up.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. All right, we're like 40 minutes in.
Oh, geez.
Do you want
to we're done.
Wrap it up?
Bye.
Okay, so main things to know are if you want to watch this back, we're going to post it on the feed, but this is the new bag that I'm just finishing up. Got to finish that one side over there. It does have D-rings on the back, so it can be a crossbody bag. Yeah, exciting about that. We playing with wet molding and what that might do in the future for us. What else did we cover? I don't know. Go watch it back. You'll find out.
I've been doing this a long time, and I've learned. I have way undercut myself over the years, and I do a lot. Yeah, that's really easy to do.
Yeah.
I think so. Just really quick. I think oftentimes crafters are like, well, my materials cost me $10. I'll sell it for 12.
Right.
And so
you need to be able to buy more.
If you can't afford to then repurchase the materials that got you $10, like then you're in a negative every time.
Yeah.
So you gotta like double that as a starting point, so 20, and then that just means you can repurchase the materials to make that again. So that's not profit at all.
Right.
So double that again, or just put another 10 on it, it's 30.
Right.
And then you have yourself in a place that's
at least
might be positive, but you haven't considered like labor or like, you know what I mean? There's so many things where like overhead costs are a whole different thing. But if you don't cover all those, you'll just be out of business. And it's either you're out of business slowly or really quickly. So
yeah.
And being out of business slowly can be hard to like pinpoint that your pricing's wrong.
Right.
Because you're just like, if I have cash flow, if I have people buying, it looks positive, but at the end you're negative.
Right.
So it's so tricky. Business isn't easy or for the faint of heart.
True.
So thank you. We will see you next week.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's a goodbye. Look how pretty she is.